Are you in the market for a real estate website, but you don't really know how to approach it or what's really needed? Sure, you can hire a company to build out a website with IDX and featured properties and pages for buyers and sellers, but truth of the matter is that really needed? You see, with no solid strategy on how to effectively generate leads through your website, potentially looking at another agent's website for a solution is probably not your best option. The reality is, without data to back up your decisions, looking at another agent's website for direction is not conducive to your success. And the funny part is, you don't really need a massive website to be able to generate prospects online. Truthfully, you only need 3 pages. Emmanuel here, and in today's video, I want to dive into the 3-page real estate website strategy. So let's dive into it, shall we? Oh, long gone are the days of having these massive real estate websites with multiple pages that truthfully no one really visits. Now, don't get me wrong, having a website with IDX and featured properties for some of your listings is definitely advisable if you have the budget for it. It does make your brand look great, you end up looking a heck of a lot more established, and it does reinforce your experience. However, if you do not have the budget to do this massive real estate website, or truthfully, if it isn't your goal, well, the good news is you got some options now. But before I dive into it, you know the deal. Smash that like button, click that subscribe button and the bell icon because you know it helps out the video, it helps out the channel, it really supports us to produce more valuable content just like this, so thank you so much in advance. So in order for me to help you better understand the strategy of the 3-page website, I have to defer back to one of my older videos where I break down the real estate sales funnel. If you want to take a little bit of a deeper dive into that video, I'm going to leave the description down below, as well as the link right here somewhere, right here. Now, to reference a couple points I mentioned in that video, I want to elaborate a little bit on the sales funnel. So let's hop into my iPad real quick, shall we? Now, in a sales funnel, if you remember, it's composed of 3 primary parts, which are the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. Or of course, we have the cold lead, the warm lead, and the hot lead. Now, each level of the funnel does require its own messaging. If you remember, deferring back to that other video, the top of funnel messaging is all about understanding the prospect's problem right here. And the middle of the funnel is all about providing a solution to the problem through your own principles and beliefs. And then of course, the bottom of the funnel is all about building that relationship with your prospect to eventually convert them into a client. Now, the 3-page website is essentially the byproduct of the sales funnel that I'm showing you, in that each page of this website is really designed to push your prospect down lower and lower through the sales funnel. So to better articulate, let me present to you with this little diagram here. So let's say that you've identified a problem for your prospects to solve. Now, what you're going to want to do is essentially tell the world about you identifying this problem and having a solution to it, but more specifically, the world as in the digital world, and that's going to look like Facebook or Instagram or Google or LinkedIn, really whatever social media platform that you engage in to really promote that, hey, I see a problem, I've identified it, and I have a solution for it. Now, there are a multitude of ways that you can promote the problem and the solution via Facebook or via Google, using Facebook ads or Google ads, or maybe LinkedIn ads if you engage in LinkedIn as well. Essentially, the idea here is that you want to be able to promote this kind of issue across all digital marketing platforms that will allow you to promote this. Now, if you've done this correctly, all that marketing that you've thrown out into the world is essentially going to funnel them into your website, but more specifically, a lead magnet page. And we'll also call this your homepage or maybe a landing page. So as you can see here, we're funneling them into this one page here. Now, this page is essentially designed to do 2 things. The first thing is that you're going to want to reinforce the problem that the prospect is having, and then tease them with a solution to that problem. Now, here's the kicker. In order for them to get access to the solution, it's going to cost them. And that currency is essentially their name, their email address, and their telephone number. So what you're gonna wanna do is on your homepage / your lead magnet page / your landing page is create a lead capture form. Once your prospect has completed or opted into your lead capture form, you're essentially gonna redirect them to page 2, which is strictly designed to provide them with the solution to their problem. So you're sending them to page 2. All right, there you go. Now on this page, you're essentially gonna outline the solution to their problem, but you have to try not to divulge too much. The idea here is to provide the know-how without letting them know how. Now, this can typically be done with a page that has a bunch of information, or maybe an infographic, or maybe a webinar, but I personally like to use a pre-recorded video that you kind of have them watch, something like a 20-minute video to really take them through the solution to their problem. By the way, quick side note, now that you actually have their information from here, you can start remarketing to them with really that middle of funnel messaging. These prospects are essentially now warm leads because you've captured their information and you've pushed them down into the middle of the funnel. So whether or not they consume the information on this center page, which we'll call your value page, you now have a way to provide them with your beliefs and principles via their email, or maybe an SMS text, or maybe through remarketing to them via a Facebook ad. Now, if you've provided enough value correctly, then the prospect is going to want to speak with you. And this essentially pushes them down to the bottom of the sales funnel, which is essentially the page 3 of your website. And of course, the currency involved to really getting them down to the bottom of the funnel is time. Essentially, you're gonna add a call to action on your website that's going to send them to this page that's going to allow them to schedule some time to speak with you. And essentially on this third page is gonna be access to your calendar so that they can block off time to actually speak with you. And there you have it, the 3-page real estate website. So I wanna know what you guys think. Is this a strategy that you wanna give a try? Comment 3-page down below in the comment section. Now, the cool part about this strategy is that essentially you don't need to hire a super expensive agency to build out these pages. With some elbow grease and some ingenuity and really utilizing one of those page builder websites out there like Wix or Squarespace, you should be able to get this up and running fairly quickly. By the way, here's a quick pro tip. If you have some testimonials, please make sure to sprinkle them in throughout the first 2 pages of this 3-page website to really reinforce your expertise and authority in solving that particular type of problem. Anyways, to wrap things up, I hope you found some value through this little nugget / massive strategy for generating leads through your website. Now, if you're feeling a little bit skeptic about this particular strategy, I just want to give you the quick heads up that this strategy isn't some brand new type of strategy. It's actually been around for a very long time. The problem is real estate agents really haven't been exposed to this strategy because for whatever reason, their trainers or their coaches really seem to believe and double down in this whole outbound marketing strategy of just really going out there and cold calling and door knocking as really the only viable approach. However, I do challenge you to think a little different, simply because this strategy itself is actually rampant in every other industry. You may not even realize it, but some of the biggest consultants and coaches in the world use this exact same strategy that I'm talking to you about right now, and they have easily built 7-figure businesses from it. Now, if you're feeling stuck, you know, this is one of the things that we have a wealth of expertise in. So please feel free to reach out. By the way, I highly recommend that you join the free Facebook group. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below as well. And then you can really use that as a platform to rap directly with me or my team about web design, brand development, or digital marketing strategies, just like this strategy here. So click the link below and join. Alrighty guys, that about wraps it up for today's video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.